have them close by because we'll use them in just a moment. Meanwhile, let's roll our shoulders up. Happy Saturday morning, and exhale, bring them down. We're going to bring them forward, up, back, and down. We'll do a few more like that. Maybe some bigger movements. Start to get that upper body involved. Give it a squeeze. Doesn't matter if your ribs lift up at this point. You can lift those? Can you lift those? Good. 2 more times like that. And then we'll go into that wide stance. We're going to bring those hands on those thighs. We're going to exhale into a cat. Inhale into a leprechaun. We just do lucky charms. Open up, squeeze back and down. Bend those knees. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend, lift and squeeze back. 2 more like that. We're going to round. We're going to extend. We're going to lift, squeeze. Last time, bend those knees. Round cat. Inhale, cow. Big squeeze. Bring it up. And let's go ahead and grab those weights. So still using a little bit of movement to warm up, but we're going to add those weights. So we're still going to stay tall. Pull the belly button in. Bend those knees just a little bit. Bring those arms up. Shoulder work. Pull them back. Flip them if that's okay with your shoulders. Squeeze down. Come down. Lift up. Flip up. Squeeze out. Now, if that flip bugs you, you're just going to go up and down, right? A couple times. And if you want to add the flip, again, it's a small, not going way up. Working up, walking, waking up that upper body. 2 more times. And relax it down. Take a little break. Step out on that right leg. Point those left toes. And we're just going to do our rotation here. So you're going to lift up and then tip, rotate at the wrists so that you're pouring that Guinness out of your dumbbells. Couple more here. Good. And now hold those weights. Give me a curtsy and stand up. Give me a curtsy and stand up. Put those 2 things together. Pour out your weights, stand up. Curtsy and up. Good. Couple more here. Beautiful. Last time. Here you go. Abs in. Give me that upright row we did. Just 4 of them. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Weight on that left leg. And again, we'll just start with this movement. And then again, this is probably one I'm not going to do, but you can step into your curtsy a couple times. And then when you're ready, add those arms to it. You're going to keep going. I'm not leaving you. Well, I'm leaving you for just a second. I have to rescue something here. Smart kid. Keep going. You are here. Last 2. Last one. Sit into it and give me that upright row. Upright row. Keep going. Upright row. And 2 and 1 and relax. Maybe roll those shoulders out just a little bit. Beautiful. Let's go ahead. Come on down to the ground. So sit down, bring your weights with you on each side of your mat. And then let's just go ahead and take a nice, slow, controlled roll down. You can hold on to the backs of your hamstrings if you want, so that you can take your time. Inhale at the bottom. Bring your legs up and in towards your chest. Let them drop to one side for me, please. And then we'll come back up through center. We're going to go the other way. And then back up through center, feet on the ground. All right. So now we just using ab prep, we'll use that just as a quick reminder about your weights. You can use no weights, you can use one weight, you can use two. So here we go, ab prep. Exhale, head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. Inhale, arms go up, and if you want, they could go all the way up overhead. And then we exhale down, deep breath in, exhale to lift, inhale, arms reach maybe all the way up overhead, and exhale down one more time like that. We exhale to lift, we inhale to reach, we exhale down. If you want to try a single weight, you hold that single weight right above you, deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, arms reach overhead, exhale, center and down, deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. One more time, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. If you want a little more challenge, two weights, so I kind of like to hold them together like this using both hands, but you can hold one in each hand if that's preferable to you. And again, exhale, lift, inhale, reach those arms overhead. You should really feel that challenge there, both shoulder blades off the ground, and exhale down. Two more, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down, last time, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. And then all we're going to do on this last one is reach those arms up over our heads and hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. So those are going to be your options: one weight, two weights, no weights. You will feel this a little more in your upper body, in your neck and your shoulders. So I'll try to remind you to, rock and roll those out a little bit, give them some love, give yourself a little massage and a stretch. And if it's too much, then don't even use the weights. For now, we're going to stack those legs tabletop. For double leg stretch, we'll do a couple without. So here, and then extend and sweep those arms, and one more like that. And then option to add that single weight. So it would be arms overhead with the weight, tap towards the knees, stretch and reach, tap toward the knees, stretch and reach. If you wanted to, you could certainly put one weight in each hand, right, and do that. But again, I kind of prefer having both those weights stacked. So that's the next option, is to put 2 weights in each hand, or 2 weights overhead. And then the final option is to add some resistance to your lower body, which would mean you grab a weight between your legs, extend those legs, reach the arms overhead, tap, and reach, and tap, and reach. Boy, I really feel these. I hope you do too. So now you're going to choose whichever one you want to do. You have 4 more of those for me, please. Good. Last 2. And then you know what's going to happen on that last one. On that last one, you're holding it, right? Legs reaching, arms reaching, chest lifted, shoulders out of your ears, toes pointed, fingers reaching. 3, 2, 1. Woo, grab that. Take a little break. Let's again open up that chest, let those hips rock a little bit, let that neck and head rock side to side. Give yourself a little lift, a little massage, a little stretch if that would feel good. And then for a single leg stretch, we'll do 1 weight in each hand right above you. Legs in, tabletop, deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, but option to keep your head down. Extend that left leg, and then the right arm goes by your right ear. Point those left toes, hold with the belly button in, and then back to center. And you're going to do the right leg. I am not, right? Extend, hold, back to center. Left leg, right arm, back to center. And then right leg, left arm. Good. So when your opposite arm and your opposite leg are extending, you're inhale or you're exhaling, and then you come together, you inhale. Exhale, opposite, inhale, center. Exhale, opposite, inhale, center. Opposite, inhale, center. Just a few more here, please. Nice job, y'all. And relax. Let's take those weights this time, stack them up, put them on your shins, and use that to give yourself a deeper stretch. As you pull in, you should maybe feel that a little bit more in your low back. Take a little rock side to side. And then we'll take 1 weight away, and then the other one goes below the knees. So you're holding those for our toe touches. Let's take the weight that we put to the side and put it on our ribs to remind us to sink those ribs down, right? If you prefer, you can put it below your belly button. If you prefer, you can put it lengthwise. I just like it on my wrist. Deep breath in, exhale, pull the belly button in, and then inhale, knees move away from you, opening up that angle at your thighs. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale as those legs move away. Exhale, bring them back up again. Hi, babe. Hi, baby. Yeah. So you have 4 more, again, of whatever you're doing. If you're doing it with the weights, that's great. Last 2. And last 1. Hug that in. Take a little break. If you move the weight, put it back. And then we're going to bring our arms out into that T position. Keep our feet lifted. So we're in tabletop. And we're going to let those legs go side to side. Again, keep those toes lifted up in the air. You don't want to drop your heels towards your booty. And relax. Beautiful. All right, let's take both weights this time and put them right at our hip flexors where those thighs join your hips, find that neutral spine. Fingertips are just going to press down on those weights. Deep breath in, exhale, lift it up, bridge position. Give it a little extra lift, see how that is for you. And then we're going to just do little tiny lifts with those weights pushing down. If you wanted to, you could try pushing those weights up towards your thigh. You might feel it a little bit differently. And again, your palms are just holding the weights in place rather than gripping the weights. And relax. All right, you're going to bring both weights over to your left hip. Hold them there and lift up. And then your challenge is to not let that left hip roll down. That right knee is going to come into tabletop, and then that left glute and hamstring should feel quite a bit more engaged. Lift and lower, small movement, give it a big squeeze at the top of that range of motion. Feel free to adjust where your foot is just a little bit if you need to. And relax. Beautiful. I think I'm going to put a cat on my hip. All right, we need to move those weights over to your right hip. And again, you're going to hold them in place. You're going to hold them with your same hand, but mine is busy petting Nutmeg. You're going to lift it up, even up those hips, and then that left leg comes into tabletop. You lift and lower. And relax. Very nice. Take a little break. And then we're going to stack both knees up. Yes, so good girl. Put them on your ankles. You want to hold them down on your ankles. Pull your knees into your chest, rolling like a ball, which should be easier because you have those weights out on your ankle to pull you forward. Two more. And you come up. Let's go ahead, move those weights off to the side. Lift yourself up. Scoot your hips back. Pull those glutes out from under you. Find spine stretch. Tall spine, lifting up. Press into the ground if you want to pull yourself forward. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. And then sit up nice and tall. Shoulders back and down. We're going to start with a roll down. So bring those legs back together. Feet are down. Give me one weight right in front of you. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, hinge back. just a little bit, rotate towards me, back to center and away. Notice what's going on at your knees. And if you see that they're pistoning and moving a lot, take your second weight and hold it between your knees. And that will make you really honest. Notice, if you can, are your shoulders hunched, right? So squeeze those shoulder blades back. We have a tendency, because we are holding here, we roll. So stay lifted and keep squeezing those shoulder blades back. And again, that weight between your knees might be helpful to keep you, quote, honest. Not that y'all aren't, of course. Good. Come back through center and relax for a moment. We're going to grab that second weight. We're going to hinge back again, and we're just going to open our arms into that T position. See how that is. Shoulders out of your ears, abs drawn in, all 10 toes on the ground. Lower the hands, drag and lift up. Exhale, hinge back. Inhale, open. Exhale, drag them, come up. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Last time, exhale, up. Option as you hinge back this time to roll all the way down. Keep your knuckles towards the ground to roll all the way up. Exhale to hinge back. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. But option to stick with roll down, right? So you could just hinge halfway back and open those arms. You choose, and you're going to do 6 more of whatever you're doing. Remember, you don't want to use any momentum. So as you roll back, keep your knuckles close to the ground and use those weights to help you come up beautifully, smoothly. Nice, very nice. Now I'm just testing to see how well y'all count to 6. I'm just watching. Let's say that's 6. I think it is. You're going to lie down facing me. You're going to stack your hips up, stack your knees up, stack your ankles up. Lift that waistline off the ground as always, and then drop it down. Lift it up, drop it down, lift it up, drop it down. One more time. Keep that waistline lifted so you have a mouse house. Option to go to single weight, but probably most of you can do a double weight on that thigh. And then again, you're just going to take your hand, top hand, and push that weight down into your leg. We'll lift as a unit, right? So that leg comes up, knee and ankle in a line. Waistline still lifted. Good. And then we'll make the pivot. So we're going to keep the heels together and pivot open. And then we keep those legs down low, or those knees down low, heels lift up, and we pivot. Two more. And relax, give those hips a little bit of love here. And let's spin over and do the other side for our clam exercise. Beautiful. Knees are stacked up, hips are stacked up, arm right underneath your ear. Lift and lower that waistline a couple times, tap, lift, and then as you're ready, hopefully both weights on that top leg, if you're okay with that, and then hand on top of that, and then we lift as a unit. So your shoulders nice and relaxed, shoulder out of your ear, palm facing down. Try not to grip, just be loose here. And arm as straight as you can get it. Then relax, heels together, pivot open. Waistline still lifted. Good. Then those knees are going to stay down, heels go up, and we pivot open. Boy, this was a good one, huh? And relax. Give that hip a little bit of love. We're going to go into a side plank on this side. So if you'd like a little extra cushioning, feel free to fold your mat. Put your elbow there. Let's really focus on this shoulder for a minute. Push it back. Really engage. Press it down. Depress that shoulder so it's out of your ear. And then give it a little squeeze back so you engage those lats. Let's take just one weight in that top hand. Your favorite version of side plank. Bring it up. Bring that top arm up. And all I want you to do is poke a hole in the ceiling 1 inch over your head, right? So you're going to lift up and over. Up and over. Don't want you to feel it in your shoulder, more in your hip. So think about hips lifting, maybe not shoulder moving. So stability through that shoulder blade area. And relax for 1 second, put that weight on the hip. Instead, push up against it. Push up. Again, hip movement, not shoulder. 4 more. And relax. Whew. And again, you definitely should have felt that second round especially. Here we go again. Elbow directly underneath that shoulder. Shoulder back. Lift up out of it. Engage. Lots of space. We can just see your tail, Nutmeg, on the screen. And then that weight in your top hand, bring it on up. And then we lift 1 inch overhead. 1 inch overhead. Now you can either come down or stay up and put that on your hip and lift. And bring it down. Ooh, we are rolling over onto our abs. You're going to put your weights on each side of your mat so they'll be handy for you. As always, when we're on our tummies, we want to have pointed toes, extended knees lifted, and then we'll just slide those hands right underneath the weights. Now, as soon as I do that and I roll my palms to face the sky, my shoulders collapse down. So the first couple things I want you to do are just some shoulder lifts, right? Shoulders drop and then squeeze, drop and squeeze, drop and squeeze, and then squeeze. And then from there, deep breath in, pull your belly button in, lift your kneecaps if you can, slide your knuckles along the ground to lift your upper body. Stay focused on that area between your shoulder blades rather than your low back. Lift the arms 1/4 inch higher, rotate the palms to face each other, lift the pinkies 1/4 inch to the sky. Woo, bring that down. So slow motion, shoulders lift first, belly button and knees lift. Stretch the hands, lift it up, rotate the palms toward each other, lift the pinkies an extra inch and bring it down. Here we go. Shoulders, torso, arms, hands, rotate, pinkies and down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, stretch, rotate, lift. Good. 4 more. Last time. Hold it here, stretch those fingers and relax. And then you're going to push back, resting position. You guys know it. I'm not doing it fully, but you're going to let those hips sit back on your heels. And then as you come forward, hands out in front of you, let's undulate through a cow cat a couple times. Beautiful. You're going to stay on your hands and your knees. You're going to bring that weight behind your right leg, and then you're going to secure it by bringing your heel very close to your hip, right? We don't want to drop that weight. You're going to flex through that heel and lift it up. You're trying to get your thigh pretty much even with the ground. Option to stay there. Option to lift that leg, little pulses. Final option, extend that left arm up by your ear and continue that movement or hold it. Totally up to you guys. If you're doing that pulse, give me 6 more pulses, please. Keep that spine in neutral, so you don't want to go too high with that leg. 2 and 1. Bring it down. Then that weight is going to come behind that left leg. You're going to flex that heel close. And then again, I'm not going to do this one, but option to lift that leg up and flex. And then again, you can pulse, or you can extend that right arm. And then as you feel ready, finish up, you're going to come down onto your elbows, forearms, shoulders back and down, head nods yes, no weights for your plank. Lots of options. You can do your pre-plank, you can do front of the thigh plank, you can tuck your toes and do a regular plank. You're holding this for 30 more seconds. Just 10 more seconds. And relax. And then again, you can press back resting position, or you can bend your knees and windshield wipe your legs side to side, whichever you feel would work better for you. Awesome. And then we're going to spin back around, seated position, and mosey once again from that seated position to a lying down position. Hug those knees into your chest. Take a quick little break. And then feet on the ground. Reach those arms overhead. Take a little stretch here. All right. So in this position, you feel that your back is arched and your ribs are lifted to the sky. So all I want you to do first is bring your fingertips to those ribs without tucking your hips under, right? So that would be a different muscle group. I want you to find those muscles that will pull the ribs down toward the hips and flatten them a little bit, right? So there's a difference, I'm going to exaggerate. There's a difference in tucking the hips under to lower those ribs, or pulling the ribs down, but I might still have a little gap there. So that's what I'm looking for, that neutral spine. Then you have one option, or one weight or 2 weights in your left hand. Take your right hand, put it across your rib cage, and this is your checkpoint, right? So ribs are flat, right? Remember, we pulled those down, and keep them flat, even as you bring your left arm by your left ear, and feel that big challenge to keep the ribs down, and then bring those arms straight above you. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your ribs down. Inhale, arm goes up overhead. Exhale, bring it right above you. Inhale, reach it overhead. Exhale, right above you. Couple more like that. Reaching overhead. Bringing it back. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Back. Goodness gracious. 2 more like that. Good. And then arm overhead. Bend the elbow and press straight. And press straight, and press straight, and press, nope, and press, and then bring it up overhead, bend straight and come up, bend straight and come up. 2 more times, bend straight and come up. I guess I was wrong. I guess she is a little jealous. Bend straight and come up. All right, weights go in your right hand right above you. Pull those ribs down, arm goes up by your ear, back of the neck is nice and long, and then bring it up. Keeping those ribs pulled down the whole time. arm by your ear, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. A few more, bend, straighten, adding on, bend, straighten, lift up, ribs stay down. And relax. Bring those weights under each hand, arms out in a T position. Feel that beautiful stretch across your chest, just a nice opening here. Take a moment and let your torso rock through a pelvic tilt and a pelvic tuck just a couple times. Good, and then bring those knees tabletop, let them drop to your left for a moment. Big twist. And then back up through center and over to the right. And then back through center, feet go on the ground, leave the right weight over on that right side. Take the other weight behind your right knee for me, please. Hug it in. Use that weight to help kind of bring that knee a little closer to your chest. And then press that weight up against your shin, your calf muscle, bring that down. And while you're here, maybe move through that leg, that ankle a little bit. Point those toes, flex those toes, rotate. Then extend that leg up, roll that weight up, lift yourself a little higher. If you can, flex through the left heel and bring it down, and then flex through the right and bring it a little closer. Then bend that knee. You're gonna put that weight on the outside of that knee and let it drop just a little bit over to the left. And then if you want, slide your hand underneath that right weight and go into your twist. Nice and easy, back through center, move that weight for a moment. Let that leg open up. So now you have weights on each side. And then we'll just thread our needle and extend that left leg up and then get some mobility through that left foot, please. And then we'll bend, we'll cross that right leg over the left. And again, option to slide your hands under the weights to get a bigger stretch across your chest as you twist to the left. As you come back through center, uncross your legs, lead the weight over to the left and bring the right weight behind your left knee, hug it in. Try and use that weight to get that leg nice and close to your chest. Then flex it up, press, and then again, some mobility through that foot. Extend that leg up, flex through that heel, see if you can straighten out that right leg and flex through that heel. Come down, then bring that knee into a bent knee position, weight on the outside of it. Option to go all the way over, left hand slides under that other weight. Back through center, weights stay on each side. Crisscross. Thread your needle, stretch. Maybe move through that right ankle some. Then bend that knee. Crisscross. And knees drop to the right. Hands under your weights. And then back through center, please. Take both knees, hug them in, take a little rock side to side. You're going to meet me on your hands and knees, however you want to get there, please. And we'll undulate that cow cat. So forward on that cow and back on that cat. And then walk it back, boxy shape, tuck those toes, lift it up. Pedal out those heels if that would feel good to you. Bend those knees, give me another cat. Meow. That's you. That's you, boo-boos. Give me another cow or a leprechaun. Ooh, just give me lucky charms. And bring it on up. Thank y'all.